be excited at the chance to go back to school. I remember you wanted to return to school, and while it's not the sign you want. Special school. That's a special school. That's an insult. It's exactly what I want to say. It's step down. Not what you think. All the students there are pretty active in their own sort of way. It's geared towards students and still get around and learn, but just need a little help, one way or another. Your father's right. Many of the graduates of the school have gone on to do amazing things. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. One of my colleagues in another hospital is a graduate. I don't care. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. That's what a disability is. I really hate something so important was decided for me. But what can I do about it? A normal life is out of the question now. It's funny, I had always thought my life was actually kind of boring, and now I miss it. I want to protest. I want to blame this lack of reaction in shock or fatigue. I could easily yell out something now, something about how I can go back to school anyway, but no. I won't say anything. The fact is that I know it's futile. I look around my room, feeling very tired of all this. The hospital doctors, my condition, everything. I don't see anything that will make me feel any different. It really isn't a choice. I know this, but thought of going to a disabled school. What are those even like? As much as I try to put a positive spin on this, it's very difficult. I can imagine why, but let me try. Clean slate isn't a bad thing. It is all I can think to get through this. At least I still have something, even if it's a special school. It's something. It's a fresh start, and my life isn't over. Hopefully not. It wouldn't make a mistake to just resign myself to thinking that. At the very least, I'll try to see what my new life will look like. Yay, Act 1! About fucking time! That only took a half hour. It's up to you what you want to choose when it comes to like that choosing piece of it. The gate looked far too pompous for what it was. In fact, gates in general seem to do that. But this one, especially so. Red bricks, black iron, and grey plaster assembled into a whole that didn't feel welcoming at all. I wondered if it looked like what a gate for a school should look like, but couldn't really decide. Probably no. Of course, I didn't want to get stuck thinking about the gate far too long, so I entered through it with a brisk pace that felt surprisingly good. Moving forward feels good. I don't want to say anything about that. Let's go to the next line. I'm pretty sure I put something in your head, Audie, so I'm sorry. So I walked towards the main building of Yumaku Academy. With this brisk pace, I'm alone, as my parents are taking my stuff to the dorms, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me while you're frolicking in the meadow. The grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. Doesn't feel like any kind of grounds a school would have, more like a park with a clean walkway going past trees and the smell of fresh cut grass and all other park-like thingies. The word clean and hygienic pop into my mind. It makes me shudder. Blah, blah, blah. Shake them off. Stay open-minded now. That's your new life. You have to take it as it comes. That's what I tell myself. I wouldn't take it that way, my friend. A few big buildings loom behind the leafy canopies. Too big and too many for just a school. It's because it's an academy, not a school. Everything seems off. It's different from what I thought I knew about schools. It's an uncanny valley, even though I was told this is my new school. In the back of my head, it doesn't feel like one, because you probably got a rock thrown at it. I wonder if this feeling is real or caused by my expectations of a school for the disabled. I kind of felt like this when I went down to the lower part of my my state. I just like kind of walked in and everyone's treating me like I've never gone to school before. And I was just like, what the hell are you guys doing? I may be new, but leave me alone. It just kind of got really funny after that. Speaking of that, I don't see anyone else here. It's kind of eerie. Makes me wish that there was someone here so I could anchor myself to something tangible instead of having this feeling that I stepped into another dimension. The trees hum with the wind, and the green hues flashing around me catch my attention. It just felt like I was reading something Islamic. Amazing. Spiritual moment. Alright, it makes me think about hospitals again. How they say that the operating rooms are painted green because green is a calming color. Everything's green about this page here, people. So why am I feeling so anxious despite of all this greenery? Of course, there's a little bit of like brown, red, and white, but there's a lot of green. ... Only after I stand in front of the haughty main building, I surprise myself by realizing that the gate bothered me. It was the only last chance I had to turn back, even if I had no life I could return to. Run for the hills, man! You're past the Mexican border. I'm sorry. It just came out. Okay, but still, after answering, there was absolutely no way I could go back anymore. Of course not. Of course not. Feeling nervous with this realization set in my head, I opened the front door. A tall man with a bad posture noticed me as I entered. We're the only people in the lobby, so it's only logical. You must be Miki? Nakai. So you are. Excellent. I'm your homeroom and science teacher. My name is Mumu. Welcome. We exchange a handshake that is neither firm nor sloppy, and he looks at his watch. The head nurse asked you for a brief check-in visit, but there's no time for that now. Should I go later? Yes, afternoon is probably fine. We should get going to introduce you to the rest of the class. They're waiting already. Waiting for me? I don't really like being center of attention, but I guess it's inevitable in a situation like this. Somehow not knowing what is waiting for me makes me feel really nervous. Thinking of this, I almost missed what the teacher was saying. Do you want to introduce yourself to the class? What do you want to say?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess.
Alright. Yeah, sure. I mean, isn't that normal? Fucking hell yeah, it is. Of course, but not everyone likes to be the center of attention. I'm probably one of those people, but I guess I should be the one to give the first impression of myself. Right, but it's no problem. Let's go then. My heart is pounding in my chest, and it keeps me thinking about my condition as I follow the teacher up the stairs. The third door down the third floor corridor is marked as a classroom for class 3-3. Oh my god, like a maniac, got stuck so many times with that, and I just did that first time. Oh my god, I thought that was the door behind me for a second when I clicked the line. Mumu opens the door and enters. Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late again. I hesitate for a split second at the door, freezing on the spot. Hold on.